Hey, it's Coach Manny, and I'm fired up this morning because I've been out there walking this morning. What about you? You getting that exercise regularly? Make a decision today to do it, will you? Today we're going to talk about decision making, and I'm fired up because you know how I feel about this stuff. I feel like you got to make a decision. Let's do it. Decision making is like the most critical thing that we got to do out there, and we just got to do it. So get it done. So today's talk is about really why we love people to make decisions for us. Why is that? Did you know that one study showed that people equate making decisions with the same stress level as being given a shot? Oh my God! How can it be that hard? I hate getting shots, all right? But I love making decisions, so I don't get it. But that's what Laura Beth Jones, the author of Jesus CEO, says. And you know, I guess it can be that tough on some of the people out there. No wonder we love decision makers. They take the stress away from us. They even take the bullet for us sometimes, don't they? We would love to be the Monday morning quarterback. You know how many people are sitting up and talking about yesterday's game and about, well, I would have done this and I would have done that, but you didn't. You didn't make the decision to become a coach. So you're not out there making a decision, are you? So stop being a Monday morning quarterback. Well, that's what I would have done as they sit with their beer in their chicken's nest yelling at the TV. I love that quote from Jeffrey Gitomer. And I want to repeat that one more time for you out there because he is so funny. Well, that is what I would have done as they sit with their beer in their chicken's nest, yelling at the TV. You ever see people scream at TV? I'm guilty. I've done it myself in the past, so I can't say any more about that. But it's always so easy to be right after the fact. You gotta love them, right? The simple solution, but a few more points will interest those of you out there who struggle with decision making. People who make decisions are loved because they make it easy for the rest of us. We love it when they make decisions. It's just the way it is. Now, let's look at some of these points. We're taught not to make decisions, and I know the education people always beat me up about this, but the bottom line is our education process, so many decisions are just made for us. Instead of teaching us how to make decisions, instead of putting us out there in a risk factor, every decision, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. And those entrepreneurs and radicals of us out there know that this doesn't work for us. And as we grow up, more other people decide for us. And then we start to get comfortable. Oh, that's so bad. And then it just becomes part of life. Now, I want to tell you something. You entrepreneurs out there, I love you. It's so strange how many entrepreneurs I've met over the years and worked with who have no problem making decisions because, you know, most of us, and let's face it, and I didn't realize this until I really started working with entrepreneurs, that most entrepreneurs are radicals. They have never really fit in. Most of us were the bad kids in school who always seemed to get in trouble. We want to make our own decisions, and that's one of the reasons we're successful as entrepreneurs, because we know how to make decisions. Anyhow, then we get hit in the head and have to make the tough decisions. What happens when you're put in a position where you got to make that decision and you're just not ready? Who can make that decision for us? I don't want to make the decision. I don't want to do it. Let me tell you. Let's look at a couple, and I hope this doesn't bring up too much on you, but you know, it's a plain fact. You know, you have a medical condition, and now you got to make a decision on the treatment. And it's not an easy decision for those of you out there who have been in that situation. You've had so many decisions made for you in your life that now you don't know what to do. And so I'll let my spouse make that decision. You got to learn how to make those decisions. I remember when I had these issues a few years ago, both my arms, one at a time, I couldn't move it anymore because I had a compression in my neck, and I had to have this neurosurgery. And you know, neurosurgery is a little scary, especially when you get in there and they put, you know, 200 wires on you and stuff. But the point is, you have to make the decision to move forward. And there's always a risk with every decision you make. Now, alternative, what if you got a parent? And a lot of you out there may have a parent who can't make decisions anymore. And you got to make that decision for them. And you let someone else in the family do it? Stop. Start making decisions. It's part of what you have to do. Now, number 2, we become watchers. We love to watch, don't we? Instead of participate. That's why people watch so much TV. They watch sports. They watch all this. It's easy to sit back and let someone else take the risk. Sit back and watch. We love watching sports, especially as I stated before, we're the Monday morning quarterbacks. How much time do we spend watching others on TV and sports? Someone else always is making the decision. We sit on the sidelines and watch them, what's going on, and we get comfortable. And yet, we still criticize those decisions they make, don't we? We criticize the decision, but we're not willing to step up and take that risk. Time to get up and participate. You have to find yourself, and you have to stop finding yourself watching all the time, and you have to find yourself making the decisions and moving forward. Instead of watching sports on TV, start playing sports. I don't care how old you are. If somebody asks me to play softball, I'll get out there and play. I probably won't play tackle football anymore, but instead of going to the game and just being a participant, how about start coaching your kids or your grandkids? Instead of criticizing others, start taking the risks. And then what happens? People start criticizing you. It's okay. Take the shot. Number 3, it's so easy to let someone else do it, isn't it? The bottom line, when you think about it, if you make the decision, I got no risk. Think about it. If you do it, I don't have any risk. I can just sit back and criticize. If you make the decision, you also take the blame, and I don't have to take any of that. If you make the decision, I can go on my life, no sweat. But stop. Easy is not what we should be seeking. Easy is not what will make you great. Easy doesn't work when it comes to creating success. So you decide what to do. And, I took the perfect scenario. Most of you know that I was in the trade show industry for a long time. And the trade show industry, there's big decisions all the time. Do we go to the show or don't we? So you decide, I'm not going to that show this year. We're not exhibiting. And then people start giving you a hard time. Well, we've been going to that show for 10 years. What do you mean we're not going? We always go to that show. What is this I see that you want us to go to a more expensive show? What are you, crazy? Yeah, I'm taking the flack because I think that's the right decision. And I make it. And I move forward. I took the risk. I made the decision. That's what it's about. So I want you to stop hesitating out there. And I want you to start making decisions. Watch what happens to your life. Go for it. It's your neck on the line, and it's okay. If you don't get the gold, it's okay. But you're never going to get the gold if you don't start mining. You're never going to win the race if you don't start running. You know it's the right decision. So this is the thing that cracks me up. This is the thing that really bothers me. So many times people know the right decision and then still they don't make it. And we're going to talk about that more on a future episode. You know the right decision, but you don't make it anywhere. That's why we like when other people make their decisions for us. But you take no risk, you get no reward. You take no risk, you never move forward. You take no risk, and your dreams just remain dreams. So many people will never attain the greatness. God put us all here, and He gave us all ability, and He wants us to use them. But because people get so comfortable and don't take that risk, they never use those God-given abilities. And, we'll get up there and we'll be sitting there, and God will be saying, why didn't you do this? Take that risk. Step up and take the risk. You'd be amazed at the difference it makes in your life, your business, your family, your career, do it. So I want you to do a simple exercise. I want you to make a list of 3 situations over the last month or two in which you should have made a decision, but instead you let someone else make the decision. And think about what would have happened if I would have made that decision. And I want you to do that because as you move forward and you make your own decision, you're going to be amazed because next time you're going to make that decision. Stop letting people make decisions for you. Start making your own decisions and watch what happens to your life, your career, your business. You're going to be terribly successful. It's amazing. Keep watching for the book coming out. Always excited to be here, and I'm always excited to talk about decision making. Make a decision, will you please? If you make the wrong one, just make one to fix it. This is Coach Manny saying, get out there and create a better world. Thank you.